Power up.
Okay, let's do it.
I swear, you spend like a month not streaming. Actually, it's been longer than that since I've been on my PC streaming with, the standard setup. So, um, hi. It is Tuesday. I was about to say January. It's December 10th, 2024. I was about to say 2014 as well. And yeah, here we are. I don't know why that is. Crank that down a little bit. Where's that at? Oh, that's my headphone. There we go. All right. Crank that down a little bit. Yeah. Hi. I don't know if anybody's here. It doesn't matter. Um, wow, what a debacle it was just, getting set up right now. I was having issues with NVIDIA Broadcast. I'm seeing that although my bitrate seems high. My CPU usage is kind of high right now, but that's also because I'm running NVIDIA Broadcast in order to, blur out the background and everything. And of course, it's cropped because there's just a ton of shit on my bed right now because with me working, I don't really use my desk here that my microphone's attached to, as well as my chair for like normal shit. It just has stuff on it 90% of the time because it's like I don't have anywhere else to put it, so it goes right here. So now it's not here. It's off to the side, and certain things are kind of they've been moved around. I I need to figure out better places to put stuff. Let's just say that. Um, like my sweater, found it at Walmart. Even though Walmart stinks, if I can get a cute and it's a cute, warm, fleecy, kind of big Hello Kitty sweater for fucking $10, I'm gonna get it. So I love that I started and then everybody woke up. One roommate came home from work, and of course, he was, he left this morning, so he came home and just passed out.
No, my bottom's big.
Maybe a bee did bite his bottom. Welcome in, Nana. But he had passed out coming home, and then the other roommate's been asleep all day. I was out most of the day. I went and got my eyes checked. Since it's near the end of the year, finally using my eye benefits to get that done for the first time in a few years, and then order new glasses. Still with the insurance, like I get a lot off on the frames, but the materials cost for just the lenses still almost $200. But I will have new glasses here in like I don't know a couple weeks, so that was fun. But yeah, I spent all this time getting stuff set up, and then I feel like even when I don't stream for a while, uh, okay, oh yeah, you got a different weird schedule. I saw that you were having issues with food, and that is the worst part when you change workplaces and you either had stuff on site or stuff around you, and then all of a sudden you're like in what amounts to a food desert. Anything you can do at that point is stock up on snacks or do as much as you can. That way, when you get like that, I don't know, fucking hungry, and have, I'd say have pistachios, but goddamn, pistachios are expensive. Um, but thank you. Yes, it is a nice sweater. But yeah, even when I'm not streaming like all the time, really rarely at this point, it seems like, um, everybody starts doing stuff when I hop on, and it's like, oh, come on now, please don't do that. Give me 60 to 90 minutes of complete quiet time. Yeah, I don't. I mean, you got HEB out there. I don't know if you can get like decent enough deals. I imagine they're probably more expensive now, but if HEB has an app and it's anything like Albertsons, there'll probably be good deals in the app. Like the only way I can shop at Albertsons. I don't. I try to do some grocery shopping sometimes because there's a Walmart where I bought this. It's easy enough to hit up and then get right back on the bus and go home, but I don't do like a ton there just because I don't like being there for the most part. But it's usually like the cheapest option if I'm looking for like toiletries and shit. Although that one has like everything locked up, so it's also a massive pain in the ass. And right now it's the holidays, and they're like, "Hey, fuck you. Do you want to use self checkout?" That's not going to happen. They have like two or three self checkout registers open, but they're completely manned by somebody, and they're usually the ones scanning your items. And I'm like, then just get rid of the self checkout and open all the fucking regular checkout lanes again. I don't get it. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, it's the time of year, and at the very least, cheaper to just make them and then to take them in with that than trying to send them all out again, and then face the inevitability that Dash No Chris won't eat all of them in like within a week of him receiving them. Like they're gonna kind of laugh. That was weird. Anyway, we're not gonna go into that. Um, but yeah, today was an okay day. I have some goodies from 85 degrees out there since I stopped there for a spot of lunch, that being a spicy sausage pastry and then a choco bun, and then I always forget if it's panettone or panettone, but they sold those. They're little mini ones, and you can cut it in half, which is good because 'cause they're like 720 calories. I was like, "How is this single little thing like 720 calories?" And you pick it up and you're like, "Oh, that's really dense." I got one of those, and I got, like, a thing of their cinnamon rolls, which were both relatively cheap. Uh, I got some stuff there. Obviously, I went to the optometrist and did that. Stopped by Daiso and got a few things there. Not as many, um, decorations for Christmas as I would've expected, but the stuff I did buy was, like, a buck 31 because there was a small discount on it. I was like, "Oh, cool, okay." So those little things I'll be able to put up. I was hoping to find lights and shit, but, I might have to get some of those separately somewhere else. Even though I think, like, a lot of the LED Christmas lights they're a little too garish, especially if they have blues or anything. They're a little too bright. But, uh, what else? Yeah, that's about it. Went to Target for a bit and got some stuff there. Uh, Besides that, I've just been working. Thanksgiving was okay. I think did I when was the last time I was on? Hold on. Let me bring that up. 'Cause I always forget. I think I did this the last time I ended up streaming was just like, "Wait, when the fuck was I on last?" That was on the 18th, so that was before excuse me. That was the week before Thanksgiving. Wow, really? Okay. Thanksgiving was fine. I worked. What is this? Oh, there's something over here. No. What is this? Oh, it's the arm. I was like, what the hell is this C in front of me that's in the shot? It's the arm. Um, yeah, I ended up working Thanksgiving, but I thankfully got to do that from home. I'm not completely signed off. I think there's still a little bit of assessment left for various work tasks before I get full sign off, and then I guess we'll go through the process of picking, what day we can work from home. So I gave my boss that. He already asked me like a month ago, like, "Hey, what's your top 3 days that you would want to work from home? Because we're only going to get one. The whole department only has a one work from home day. I know I went over that in the past. The casino side had 2 days. That got reduced to one, but then um, I think banquet side where I'm at before had to wait a year before after getting hired before they would get that day, and then they changed that I think to either 3 or 6 months. But like that didn't start till like September. And we were just kind of a lot of us were still like learning stuff. So that'll eventually will happen, but for the holiday, my boss is just like, "Yeah, that's fine. I didn't take my laptop home that time, but came out and gave it to me over that weekend, or yeah, over my weekend, I should say, because he was just like, "Hey, I can run it to you if you want it." I'm like, "Okay." So I worked from home that day. It was perfectly fine. I found out I don't like using the trackpad on that laptop. That sucks, especially for my job when you got to float around between multiple monitors and move shit around sometimes. So, I just plugged in my mouse and did things that way, but it was fine. I was DNC brought me him and his mom brought me a plate of food from the Spring Mountain Crown and Anchor that's still open. That was pretty good. I had MST3K on the TV all day, and then just basically we did the Thursdays our scheduling day, so we did the schedule and did that, and it was good to go. I was about to say, yeah, it's Tuesday. PNC, welcome in. Speaking of, thank you very much for that. Hope you're having a good work day. Um, but yeah, beyond that, it was fine. Uh, Golly, that was almost 2 weeks ago by itself. Yeah, for us, it's just a Tuesday. Oh, that's coming up. That anniversary is coming up soon. But have a good night. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello. Hope you have a good sleep. Have a good day at work. But yeah, Thanksgiving was fine, and then work as usual. Although over my last work week, I Thursday, like when I went to work on Thursday, it was this last Thursday, I was fine. Then by the end of the shift, I was kind of feeling, and then I realized over the weekend, I came down with something. I don't know what it was, but I didn't. Oh shit! I always miss when they're doing. Oh, whoops. Where is my emote wall? Let me move this because the camera is blocking the emotes. But yeah, over the weekend, I just was like, oh, I feel like crap, and I think it was Saturday or Sunday. So I'm still kind of like my sinuses are still a little fucked. I don't know. I don't think it's COVID. I tested Thursday night when I was really starting to feel kind of, and then I tested again Saturday morning and negative, both negative. I'm out of tests now, unfortunately. I don't know if I can order more for free. But then like Sunday, like late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, like I had a really bad like my sinuses just dried out, and I don't know if it's been pretty dry lately. So I'm wondering if that was part of the reason. But I kind of went to work that day going, yeah, it's just me and the opener today, and we're already down one other person. Uh oh, there we go. That was a little late. MCG, welcome in. Thank you very much for the resub. How you doing? But yeah, I went into work on Sunday and I was just like, I'm gonna power through this day because we're already missing somebody. We're usually on Sunday, it's me closing, we have an opener, and then we have a mid person. And or the person that usually works the mid was opening that day because our regular opener taking was burning off some PTO. So I was like, damn, they're taking a lot of time off, but like they've technically been with MGM Resorts the longest, even though they're the lowest in seniority on the team now. So, but they just, when you hit like, 8 to 10 years, like you accrue a lot of fucking PTO. So that day on Sunday, I'm just like, I'm going to go in. I've been masking the last few days up to that point. Cause somebody else on our team was also sick, but I don't think I got sick from them because it happened too fast. So I just said, fuck it. I think I can get through this just fine. It's been really slow lately. But I told my boss preemptively, I'm like, I'm calling out tomorrow, guy. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I was just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna go home. Like I felt kind of bad, but we have a point system at work, and that's what the points are for. And I was letting him know it's like I would have probably called out on Sunday had I woken up early enough to be like, hey, I'm not doing this. Oh, great. Thank you. Let me click on that. And I will check because I don't believe I ordered from this one from late September. But while we're here and you can't see the screen anyways, let's go ahead and try that out. But yeah, I just let him know. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. It's like he already knew I was kind of feeling under the weather from Friday, and it was something that I feel like that was just kind of going around anyways. It happens. It's an office area. You're gonna run into that. But he was perfectly fine with it, and I haven't had any other reason to not come into work. So I took yesterday off and um just slept in. Like it was still kind of sporadic sleep, but for the most part, like I slept till like I'd say almost noon, and got up. I went out a little bit. I went out and got some food and came back home and did some laundry after the fact. Once I was awake, and uh, played through Star Wars Dark Forces on PS5 and beat that and got the platinum trophy for it. And just kind of took it easy. I feel like since I went out today. I feel a lot better. So we'll see how things go. But like my sinus is still, You can kind of hear it. So, sorry for the sniffing, but that's just it feels not too bad. And then that was like for the most part, that was about it. And a little bit of body aches. There was like a tiny little bit, like you can feel it in the chest of like needing a cough. But like if it was COVID, I don't it certainly wasn't a patch on what happened last time I got it. But, I also haven't had my flu shot yet, which I need to. But I'll wait till I feel better off of this and then, try to get that done relatively soon. I should have gotten it done when I got my COVID booster a little while back, but that alone kind of kicked my ass. So I was kind of glad I didn't end up doing that. All right. Cool. Uh yeah, apparently with this last thing I did not order from that. So thank you very much DNC for that link. I have some more tests coming in. They're not super expensive when I see them at like Walmart or anything else, but free is free, you know. Other than that, at least for the upcoming weeks, is that hopefully, you know, work assessment will be done pretty soon and I'll get my work from home day. What does it look like? I don't know why. Why was that? I was looking at um my volume there and I'm just like, why was that so low? Sound settings. Oh, it's going to NVIDIA Broadcast. Why the fuck's it going to NVIDIA Broadcast? Give me a second. NVIDIA Broadcast should not be seeing shit. Default device. No. You go to fucking, like, literally anything else. Go to the headphones. There you go. I don't know why it was looking at that. It should be. I have it set to there. All right. What the hell? Yeah, hopefully that'll be done pretty soon. I'll get my actual work from home day. He had said not my boss had said it was supposed to be only like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but like I just was like, okay, well, that's not gonna work in a way. Especially since like Mondays can be kind of busy, but right now we're pretty slow. And I was like, yeah, Monday would be the day I would want because it's my Friday. I would love to have my Friday from home and not have to go in. Take my laptop home with me on Sunday, and then I can sleep in on my Friday. I can do my do my work from home that day, and then at 6, I'm off. Like, send everything out. As long as everything goes out and I've sent out the shit I need to send, boom, done. And I can start my weekend really early. And I can get my laundry done during the workday, which is great. So by the time I get off of work, we're cool. But hopefully we'll have that done before the end of the year. If not, pretty soon. So other than that, see, next week, I know we're hanging out. Me and my roommate and his brother, we're hanging out before Christmas and doing gift exchange then. I am off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, as well as New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, because those are my normal days off. Beyond that, and try to stream on Christmas Eve, mainly because mentioned earlier, and it was brought up that it was. Let me double check here when it was brought up that for us it was a Tuesday. No, not that one. Oh, I was about to say 1992 film. No, I don't need that one. Where's the thing I'm looking for? Oh, I don't remember it. Why was it listed under the Ultimate Battle? But yes, Street Fighter the movie celebrates its 30th anniversary on December 23rd. So either I stream that night or I stream on Christmas Eve. I don't think I can stream the movie. I might do a watch along to make everybody fucking else put on a copy, but maybe we'll do something different. Maybe I'll try to play through. I'll try another attempt at playing through the movie mode. So we'll see. Maybe it was a Tuesday. My brain counters by GIF loop. Ugh. Yeah, but one of those is good. One of those is crap. One of the one of those is good. One of those is Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, which managed to somehow be a worse adaptation, a worse movie overall, and a worse adaptation. But hey, we're getting a new movie at some point. Yeah, Legendary Entertainment is making one that's slated for release on March 20th, 2026. We'll see. Apparently here it says Alan Ritchson is on board to play Guile. You may know him as Aquaman from Smallville. He's also in Blue Mountain State and is the current, where is he at? He's the current Jack Reacher in the Amazon Prime TV series version of that. Been in a number of things. He's a big lad. I don't know how well they'd be able to do the hair, but they'll try their best. Probably. I don't know. The hair would be like, yeah, he got really big. Like seeing him in Reacher, I'm just like, holy fuck. Because I don't think he was anywhere near that big when he was in Blue Mountain State, which is a show that honestly, nobody remembers because it was on Spike TV and it only ran for 3 seasons. Because there was, I don't remember who it was. I'm trying to check around because it was one of the guys that was on that show that was on a web comedy deal long time ago. No, no. No. No, not him either. Let's see if I can actually find them. That's not it either. I really can't remember the name. It was honestly where I think Gimberling, which then became on Adult Swim, Fat Guy on Internet. That's where it originated from, Channel 101 or something like that. But one of the guys on Blue Mountain State, he did a 1-episode thing called Shitbuster. It was just a dude that bust people taking shits. That was about it. Yeah, I don't know. Like the hair thing for Guile would be like the hardest part to commit to, just because it's like it. I don't know if you could legitimately make it look not ridiculous. It'd be hard. Not them. That's no. Not them either, because this dude's too attractive. Looking at all the characters, I thought the character was the fucking potentially like a mascot, but oh, he was the kicker. Hold on. No? Now I'm trying to figure out. This is a mystery. Maybe it was Chris Romano. Yeah, it is. The fuck? Why did they not list him on there? I even clicked on the guy and it doesn't mention it. Yeah, it makes no mention of it on his Wikipedia page. Go back to his IMDb. Yeah, Shitbuster. 1 episode. Let's see if I can find it. Not gonna play it, but I can link you over to it. Oh, it was Channel 101. Okay. I don't know if this is well, it's 17 years old, so this might be the original link. Copy link address for your own amusement later on. But it's a very one-note joke. It's like, just bust down the door. You taking a shit? Yeah. Busted. And then they play the theme song again. They play the theme song like 3 or 4 times. It's catchy. It's clearly something where it's like, who made this? I'm like, somebody that was bored, living, probably a struggling actor with a side job, with an apartment, and you just make something fucking stupid in your spare time, and you're like, well, maybe it'll get me noticed. I don't know, maybe it worked out because they've done stuff. Chris Romano has done stuff. They have actually worked relatively recently. Not a lot between. Oh, they were a producer. They didn't produce much for a little while, but yeah, they were writing stuff. Oop, they've been acting since then. Try again. Yeah. I mean, things would have slowed down because of COVID, but they've been doing like big stuff. But do what you can. I have an email. Oh, that was my postal service one. Oh, that's another thing I need to check. Since Best Buy says delivery may be delayed, which is weird because the package got handed off from UPS to the Postal Service, and the Postal Service earlier had already mentioned that it was out for delivery. How true that is, considering I already had to expected delivery, out for delivery expected by 9. Well, it's 8 o'clock. I have no idea if the mail got dropped off. I think I checked like just before 6 and it hadn't shown up yet. We'll find out. I already had issues with another one from Amazon, since we'll go over some stuff that I got from Amazon as well, both from the US and Japanese flavors of that. I placed an order when they got cheaper. Let's see, where the fuck's my mouse? I placed an order for 2 copies of Silent Hill 2, the remake, on PS5 because it was $30. Like, why the hell not? Unfortunately, I think they were supposed to be delivered. Oh, what was the delivery date? It already took it. I mean, it said it was supposed to be delivered between the 4th and the 6th, and it, like, I don't think it shipped until like the fucking 5th. So that says, I think it was. Actually, I can open that up because I'm saving the emails for now, since I feel like it's going to be a fucking debacle coming up on that. This says it was delivered on the 6th, which didn't happen. It's 2 copies of that. There was no picture or anything, as opposed to like all the other orders I've gotten recently where there is very clearly a photo, including one where I ended up walking out as they were delivering it, and they're like, "Hey, can I take a photo real quick before you take them?" I'm like, "Yeah, go for it. Do it." In fact, I'm looking at the photo right now for one of the other ones, and I can see my foot in the shot. But those were fine. But this one says, "Oh yeah, it got delivered," and no photo for it. My roommate Aaron already had a delivery the same day, where one item out of multiple that were supposed to be in it actually showed up. It was a copy of Armored Core 6, and it was fucking annihilated. Like, I don't know if the drinks he was supposed to get, because I think he got it, as part of another order with like cases of energy drinks. That's usually like the cheapest way to do it. And some flavors, that's the only way you can do it, is you got to order them like online, either through Amazon or elsewhere. But like, the copy of the game is the only thing that showed up, and it was drenched. Like, the disc is fine, but the case and the insert fucked. So that was cool. So like, he was already missing items, and the item that showed up was toasted. And then the 2 copies of the game I ordered didn't fucking arrive. And you can't report it immediately. You have to wait a few days. They're like, oh, well, maybe it got marked as delivered too early. Contact us. It was literally 4 o'clock today. They said, if you don't have it before then, contact us then. So yeah, I got home and just after 4, I'm like, okay, give me my fucking replacement. At first I was like, oh, give me my money. But it's like, if you can send me the copy of the games, maybe this time they'll show up because I would like a copy. And one of them was a gift for him. Great. That's fine. And I was going through the automated chat bot for that because it's not anything super crazy. And from the screenshots and everything that I took of that conversation, it was like, okay, if the other order shows up, go ahead and send it back to us. But if it doesn't show up, don't worry about it. We're sending you a replacement order. Everything's cool. But that almost made it sound like, all right, you shouldn't be sending me anything or asking me for anything. But then I a uh ended up getting a email saying we've accepted your return request. See your details about replacements, and it sent me a return code. Now I know it asked me, hey, if it does show up and you send it back, how would you want to send it back? But it just kind of when you read it and you look at it, and it seems like, okay, well, when you get these, send them back to us, or we're going to charge you. And I'm like, I already told you I don't have them. So I ended up getting back into chat with an agent. I have all their stuff obviously saved, as well as a reply. And I'm like, hey, I need you to send me a reply. Um, just that we had this conversation. That way, if by February 1st it shows back up and it's like, oh, I've been charged for these, and hey, you didn't. They're acting like I didn't return something. I'm that way I can then get a hold of them by phone and go, okay, well, here's the problem. This thing never showed up. I actually need to take a screenshot of that order to show later on too that was no photo with it either. I'm like, you guys never took a photo. You can't tell me that it got delivered, and I'm telling you it never got delivered. Kind of just a debacle. More work than it needs to be. So, anyways, I have a stack. Some of these, actually, I mean, this top one is Clock Tower. That's not I like all my pending LRG orders ended up finally shipping. Oh, Valis 3. The Valis Collection 3 is another one. Like I ended up having a bunch of stuff. Like my copy of Tomba remastered ended up shipping. I think my copy of East 10 Nordics that shipped at the same time. This was on there as well as Dark Forces remastered, which I just finished on my own. Easy plat on that. Also, this shipped as well. And this was a pre-order. Got a plat on that as well. Pretty easy. Not too bad getting through all those games and trying to get all of the characters knocked out. But as far as Black Friday stuff, I ended up getting, it's not around here. Where did I put it? Oh, it's back over there. I got a phone gimbal, so I'll be able to use that next year. Actually, I was already using it anyways because the last time I streamed, I was using it. And I bought a brand new suitcase, a hard shell suitcase. Yeah, if you don't mind playing them in Japanese, you could probably get the Japanese copies for much cheaper. That was the bad part. Like I would have gotten those, or like try to pick them up next year, but I realized that at some point in the past that the releases that were going through LRG were being localized, but they're localized specifically for those versions, or at least for the North American release. Excuse me. Those don't have English support for the Japanese releases, so that sucks. But trying to think of. I got those. I got a new suitcase. That was necessary. Although the first one I got, it was a 30-inch suitcase, and when I did the The dimensions on it, it was too big because I'm flying through Delta next year, next April, and I think it's anything over 62 inches when you combine height, width, and depth is then considered oversized, and you have to pay for it. And I'm like, no, I only have one checked bag that's free, and I'm not paying for another fucking checked bag this time. And I wanted something that was at least slightly bigger, but you know, not overly so. And I got that 30 inch, and I was like, fuck, this thing's really big. I could probably put a lot of stuff in here, but it's also kind of unwieldy. And if combined it's too big, that's not going to work out. And of the Amazon basic sizes, the next size down was a 26 inch. And I was like, oh, is that going to probably be big enough? It's going to be fine because the old one I was using, the old American Tourist one that I've had for years, that was I think 25, and that could be expanded, but it was like once you open it, like there's a flap that you can kind of put some stuff in and pockets on the outside, but there was just one space where you can put it. Where this is one of the hard shell ones that you can flip open, and each side you can put stuff on. And one side actually has like a flap that you can completely kind of enclose stuff. So like anything I have that's lighter, I can put stuff in there, and then the other side I can put stuff in there. Um, we'll see how things go as far as packing is concerned when we get to that point. But ultimately, it was like $80 altogether. That was actually more expensive to swap out and go to that one. I think with what I got back for the 30 inch, I still had to pay like $2 to go down to the 26 inch, but small savings compared to having to pay like $150 for an oversized piece of luggage. Maybe it wouldn't have been a problem, but you never want to, test that theory. Plus, with something like 30 inches, the 30-inch suitcase, a big one, I might accidentally overpack it. Now it's overweight. Weight is like size, they may not check. Weight, they will 100% check because they weigh it when you check it in. So I'd rather have something that is um better for something like that. Where did I put my phone? That just reminded me. I need to get new luggage tags. Actually, I also need something to put my air tag in for the suitcase. So I bought one of those for cheap. Let's see. Items to get. Luggage tags. Luggage scale. Those are actually relatively cheap. I saw them at Target earlier. I was like, oh, maybe I can get them slightly cheaper elsewhere, but just one of those kind of digital scales where you put it on the handle and pick it up and it'll weigh the suitcase. Because I think 50 pounds is the max for Delta as far as that goes. But yeah, I got everything else. We'll go through the games here in a second. I'm trying to think of all the other things that I got. Some of them were gifts, some of them were things for me. Some stuff just shipped during that time frame. So yeah, the gimbal. No, the Ultra Galaxy Fight stuff, that's later on. My copy of Ultraman Blazar Regulos, I think it was later on. No, Regulos is the one that's in the Ultra Fight Blu-ray set. Blazar shipped. But one that was not quite as cheap, and I actually could have gotten it slightly cheaper if I had ordered it from Woot, which is affiliated with Amazon instead of just going through Amazon, but honestly, it was still cheaper anyways, was the Final Fantasy. God damn, that just blows it out. The Final Fantasy collection. This is normally like 75 for no good reason other than Squaresoft conflates the pricing for their games for no good reason. But at least with that one, it's the first 6 games. They all have trophy sets. I did potentially want to start playing one tonight, but I think, I'll just go through this and try out the chips and be done for the evening. But Save that one for next after I get through the larger cases. Sonic Superstars. I actually still want to get Sonic and Shadow, Sonic Generations, Sonic and Shadow Generations, which just came out. That'll probably go on sale again. I was thinking about it, but I kind of went through that and got people gifts as well, and I was just like, "Fuck, I'm not hurting myself by spending this money, but I have spent enough money." But this one was relatively cheap, and I've been wanting to play that. The most recent Prince of Persia game, even though I hate giving Ubisoft money, the demo for this, for Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, was really fun, and one of those games where I actually thought about getting it for Switch because the Switch version runs really well. But I said, nope, I'll get it for this. And out of Black Friday stuff on there, I gotta wait for the DLC to come out, but the newest Monkey Ball game for Switch, since this has Godzilla DLC coming out pretty soon. Shove that big guy into a Super Monkey Ball. But I also had an Amazon Japan order come in with one game that, had I waited, I would have gotten it. It was, when I ordered it, when I placed the order, it was cheaper than the US price. Had I waited, I could have gotten it cheaper on Black Friday sales. But one of those was Star Ocean: The Second Story R, which I've been wanting to get this for a little while because it looked pretty cool. Down there. This one I've had on my list for a while. Even though I already own Curse of the Moon 2 through limited run, I don't have a physical copy of Curse of the Moon 1. And thankfully, Japan got this as a set a year or two ago. So that has both games physically on there. So at least I have those on the same platform. I have the main Bloodstained game on there. This was cheap enough because I didn't want to spend too much on it. But a copy of SVC Chaos for PS4, that I was like, remember seeing the pricing just for digitally. I was like, you guys are charging too much for that shit. And I don't remember what limited run was charging for it. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I won't get it through them. Especially once I saw that, hey, Japan has their own version on the market. So fuck it. I'll just pick that one up. And this had just come out, and it was cheaper getting it through. Oh, why do we have a mark on there? Whatever. Let's swap out a case somewhere for it. How did I even get that? That actually, you know what? That might have been there from the shipping. I wouldn't be surprised because nothing should have been on top of it. But the HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest III. But like all that in mind, I have Dragon Quest III, East 10 Nordics, Star Ocean: The Second Story, plus the Final Fantasy collection. I don't know why I bought so many RPGs when I don't have the time for them. At least the first few Final Fantasies are relatively short games compared to some of the later ones, but we'll see how fast I can get through those, even with like 4 times gold and 4 times experience. I have no idea. Probably shouldn't have bought as many games as I did. Too late now. That's why I didn't ask anybody else to get me games. I'd rather them get me some of the more expensive, like Tokusatsu sets that are coming out that I would like to have before, they inevitably go out of print. Or help me catch up with my JoJo's A Bizarre Adventure and Hokuto no Ken manga collecting. The Hokuto no Ken stuff, that's almost done. I want to say, I think it was volume 16 was going to be the final one on that. I have up to volume 13. I don't have 14. 15 isn't out yet, and 16 comes out next year. But volume 14 is currently out. But those don't have like the same kind of price drops. The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff tends to have better price drops. Although once again, they, in the midst of like a run, so I'm looking at Golden Wind Part 5, and when you get to volume 9, the fucking cover changes. And doesn't match what they did going into Part 6, although I want to say that changes during there, and that's about to end next year. I think Viz will have all of that out. And then they're starting up Steel Ball Run, so like that's going to be running for a minute. Plus, there's been a bunch of I have the first two omnibuses for Vampire Hunter D that have been getting reprinted in just like fat omnibus volumes, but I want to say they're up kind of far on those now too. At this point, I only bought like the first volume of Kamen Rider Kuga, but I'm like, I don't have the room. I need another bookshelf, and I can't fit one in here. It's the bad part. Like, at this point, I got to find like almost better ways of being able to just store shit because I'm running out of space. Other than just, and I don't want to spend money on like a, a storage unit unless I could get that super cheap. But I'm like, I don't like the idea of not having my stuff near me. And it's not like I have like a ton anyways. It's just more like trying to figure out a better way of putting stuff away and knowing it's safe, from the elements and from everything else. We'll see. Anyways, what are we doing? Already checked off on that. We're gonna try out chips since we'd already been over. I made a post about it on uh, Instagram that I had won as part of Critical Eats Japan's 25,000 subs giveaway. I won a box of stuff. I've already shown off some of the things over there. Um, the Super Mario Hatsune block gummies and the apple pie Kit Kats. I have a melon soda Fanta that I haven't opened yet. That I kind of want to take to work, but it'll be harder to show it off and do anything with it because I don't really like taking photos or anything in the EDR. But I mean, we have vanilla soft serve usually like 9 times out of 10 in the EDR. And I was like, oh, what a great way to use the melon soda. I can make a melon soda float. We'll see. But I have, where did I put them? Oh, they're over there. My hot chili cheeseburger Cheetos that I want to try, but I might say I'm gonna try those relatively soon, but I might not open them until closer to next week. So I can, if they're good, I'll let my buddy Zach try them out. But the other ones I want to try out, at least right now, because I can do an apples to apples comparison with the original flavor, is the pizza potato margarita. Since I was at Daiso earlier, I have these and I can try them out next to the original flavor of pizza potato. So, is there a taste difference between this one and this one, the margarita flavor? We're gonna find out. We're gonna try the original one first and see how it goes. I already know how it goes. I've had these before. They're delicious, but let's see how hard they are going to be to get open. Oh, actually not too bad. Kind of get the good kind of pizza seasoning. Just dried herb smell in there. Turn off the TV. But I have some water over here so I can try it out. But regular pizza potato. These are a really good flavor. They're ever so slightly sweet. Depending upon the chip, you might have more globules of cheese on it. But you get a little bit of that and a little bit of spice, a bit of tomato flavor. Like they're pizza adjacent. Like I wouldn't say they're like super pizza, but you get some semblance out of it. It's not too bad. They're always kind of a crowd pleaser because that's a pretty consistent flavor. Now, now these I hadn't seen before prior to seeing them on Critical Eats Japan, and I've never tried them. And someone being asked in the corner about whether or not uh, is the flavor like pizza? I don't know. We'll see. See if I can actually get them open the normal way. Oh, maybe Japanese bags are getting easier to open without having to like completely destroy them. All right. Wow, that is a different smell. That's more basil-y. Strong basil. Not like overly strong, but really pretty noticeable. Well, that one's got like a can't really see it. There's a maybe you can, yeah. There's a little globule of cheese on there. But let me grab another one and see. Because the other one's a little bit sweeter. Some, there's some herbaceousness to it, and some tomatoey bits to it. But let's try out the margarita. Wow. That is noticeably different. Yeah, there's a lot of basil and cheese flavor. Holy cow. These might actually be closer to like a real pizza flavor compared to the other ones. Let me grab that many. Ooh, that one's got big globule of cheese as well. All right. This is the regular pizza. Okay. I kind of detect more basil that time, but it is a sweeter kind of tomato sauce flavor. Mm. Yeah. These are, I'd say these are a lot more pizza like. You can kind of get, it's not as sweet, definitely more basil forward. I don't know, kind of a mozzarella thing going on in there as well. I don't know. I can read all of that. Corn oil, olive oil. Okay. That really, I don't know if I'd be able to tell if you'd said it was in there, but that makes sense. Cheese flavored flakes, uh, dextrin, something to do with boodle. Garlic powder. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. Um, cream style flavored powder, parsley, basil, thyme, tomato powder, uh, mozzarella. Yeah, okay. So it says, was it a mozzarella powder in there? Yeah, mozzarella cheese powder. Okay, that would be why. Yeah, that's probably one of the things I'm detecting where I'm just like, I know that flavor, but I've never quite thought about it. Mm, these are fucking delicious. These are really good. I still like the regular pizza potato, but that's the king right there. That is surprisingly delicious and very. That one, I feel like they saw the goal ahead of them. They're like, can we make something that is closer to a pizza flavor than the classic one? Because the regular pizza potato has been around for a long time, and that would have been maybe before. I don't know how far back those date. That might have been before, more authentic, or I don't like using the word authentic. More traditional style pizza was available in Japan, so you had maybe more like That's probably closer to like a pizza toast type flavor, which would be really uh what's the term I'm looking for? Pardon me. That would be really more familiar with the Japanese population as opposed to with the margarita one where that's them just shooting for the moon and trying to get that flavor down. And with all the different herbs and everything, that is surprisingly very, very good. My hands have pizza dust on them, though. Give me a moment. I'm not wiping them off my shirt. Fuck that. My hands are clean. Man, I am really glad that he sent me those because that was one of those things where I knew about pizza potato and it had them sent to me and I could find them really easily out here. And you think, okay, well, how different is it going to be? That is a night and day difference between those flavors. And uh, I'd be sad if they took away the old one, but I would be okay if they just said, "Hey, by the way, that margarita flavor, that's now the actual pizza potato flavor." Pardon me. I imagine though that you might run into like a new Coke situation where if you took away the old flavor and just said you're not getting it anymore, you get this now, you might have a backlash on your hands. So, all right, that's about all I had planned. Because my PS5 is already turned off. It was on long enough, and um, oh wait, I still have. Let's see if this still hits pretty good. I still have some of these um, Sao Tome Remo and Chosenjo candies, which I don't know if Dash and Chris had tried out his on stream and had clipped it. Hopefully, if he did, and that VOD's still available, he better clip it so I can see his reaction. But yeah, I still had a few of these. Let's see if they still hit relatively hard because I have like one more after this. I'm pretty sure I can find these in the Ume ones. So I haven't been to Nakata Market in a hot minute. Need to make my way down there. Okay. That one, some of these get a little leaky with the really sour filling. Ooh, I think I'm used to it. Oh, hold on. I said that and then it finally hits my palate. And it's not that bad. As you get used to it, the first time I tried it, I was like, holy shit. Like they're good. They're quite chewy though. I think it's usually kind of chilly in here recently, but maybe that caused it to firm up a little bit. Tasty though. Mm. Okay. So, um, will I ever stream games again? Yeah, probably. I hadn't really gone into tonight. Um, with too many plans other than just like it had been a bit since I hopped on and I just wanted to hop on. Uh, I guess if since I can't stream the movie, I'll at least try to plan something Street Fighter the movie related around Christmas Eve. I don't know how like available everybody will be on Christmas Eve, but I know unless I'm like working from home on the 23rd. If I'm working from home on the 23rd, I'm just going to stream that night. I'll set everything up. We'll fucking hit the ground running that night. Otherwise, I'll hop on Christmas Eve and do something there and then probably do something for New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day since I'll be off there. Aside from that, yeah, I don't really have anything else planned. And the bad part is just trying to start a game. I said it last time. I need to find something where it's like if I can't finish it in one stream, or it's something where it's like if I can put it down, if I have to put it down for 2 weeks and come back to it, I can do that and I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to start. It's like when Pirate Yakuza comes out next year, I'm probably not going to stream it just because I don't want to stream it one week and then not play it for a week. Where it's like, oh yeah, by then I'll be, most likely having that consistent work from home day, and that would be like the easiest day aside from days off to stream. But like, it's just it's not a super priority right now, and I don't want to, get something like that and start it and have to put it down for, quite some time and not finish it. I'd rather play through it, finish it, be done, move on. So, I don't know. Well, I do need to use more of the Switch Online's um, virtual NSO functions, especially for older games. Like I played through Donkey Kong Land 1 and 2 recently on Game Boy, and I'm starting up. I think I already started Donkey Kong Land 3 on the Japanese service, just because that's a Game Boy Color version that's a little bit easier on the eyes. But hopefully, with I don't know, maybe Wario 64 has talked about it. People were kind of hoping that more games would end up showing up on the service for that. That hey, maybe we'll get like Donkey Kong 64 on the for like in time for Christmas. What is this? Virtua Surf was a section of the official Sega game information forum hosted by major Japanese BBS service Nifty Serve in the mid 90s. Run directly by AM2 themselves, they would share information, screenshots, and audio from upcoming games along with communicating with fans. I like this idea, obviously, but what I really like is, I'll link it over to you, is the image, because it's Jackie Bryant on a surfboard, and they had to go through the trouble of rendering all that and giving the guy toes because he's not wearing shoes. It's kind of odd. Oh yeah, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered is out. Maybe I'll win a copy. We'll see. Come on, Wario 64. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to check on there and see if when did they update. I'm trying to remember when Nintendo updated last week. When did they update that? If I go through his post, it's gonna fucking take forever. And I can't. Well, maybe I can check through media. That might be faster. Excuse me. I'm trying to remember when Nintendo updated that. Actually, I guess I could check their fucking YouTube page. It'd be the exact same day that they would have posted it. Even though we're now waiting for Nintendo to fucking give us like literally any information about Nintendo 2 launch games are going to be insane, except there's literally nothing about that guy. Spam or misleading. Fuck off. Can't talk about Switch 2 launch titles when we fucking don't know anything about it. Like, what are you doing? That was exactly 7 days ago. Let me mute this tab. When they put out Donkey Kong Land 3. That was December 3rd. So actually, they would have launched something today, unless they're planning on doing it tomorrow. That's when they posted about Donkey Kong Land 3, and we haven't seen anything else since then. I was kind of hoping that they would. We have Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 for the Super NES on the service, and I've had that for a while. So now we have the 3 Donkey Kong Land games. I was kind of hoping they would do the port of Donkey Kong Country to Game Boy Color, which would be interesting to try out, especially since like the jump from Donkey Kong Land 1 to DKL 2 was like really big, like in terms of playability. Like it's a lot more refined, a lot more fun to play. It'll be interesting to see that. Plus, I would like to see the Game Boy Advance ports of Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, because those have differences and little improvements, changes, and stuff when those got ported over to the platform there. Those it'd be nice to see at least. I don't know if they'll do it, but I know Donkey Kong 64 is the one that like everybody wants, and since we have, I think both Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie on the N64 part of the NSO service, having DK64 is like just a no brainer at that point. But, anyways, I think that is going to be it for us tonight. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you to MCG and DNC for the resubs earlier. Much appreciated. And Chef Nana earlier. Anybody else that might be hanging out. I'll be back soon enough, obviously. If not probably not next week, since I'd already mentioned I'm going to be indisposed on 17th with gift exchange and probably going for Korean barbecue. And thank you very much, N Darkstar, for the resub. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so next week, probably no go, but at the very least, Christmas and New Year's I'll be on, since I don't know what else I'll be doing. So if not until Christmas, I'll be there either the day before Christmas Eve, or Christmas Eve, and we'll do some celebratory Street Fighter the movie type stuff. I don't have anything in mind for New Year's. We'll just fucking hop on and shoot the shit and ring in the new year, I guess. But in any case, thank you once again. Stay safe, stay well. Watch out for weirdos out there, because it's going to get real weird. And make sure to shoot evil CEOs, because fuck them. We don't need to deal with them. Put them in the ground. Anyways, thanks again. We'll see y'all later. Have a good night.
Hi, Duke. Oh, listen, I just wanted to say goodbye and remind you that the good guys always win, even in the 80s.